Protesters have gathered outside the court complex in downtown Minneapolis, where the trial is now underway against former police officer Derek Chauvin over the killing of George Floyd. He's accused of 3 different counts of murder, and it's here that people in Minneapolis want to make their voices heard outside the heavily fortified complex. Opening arguments focused on the cause of death. Lawyers representing Derek Chauvin saying that there were drugs in George Floyd's system as well as underlying health conditions that contributed to his death.
And you will learn that Derek Chauvin did exactly what he had been trained to do over the course of his 19-year career. The use of force is not attractive, but it is a necessary component of policing.
Prosecution lawyers disagreed on that point, urging the jury to consider the length of time that the officer spent with his knee on George Floyd's neck.
On May 25th of 2020, Mr. Derek Chauvin betrayed this badge when he used excessive and unreasonable force upon the body of Mr. George Floyd. That he put his knees upon his neck and his back, grinding and crushing him until the very breath, no, ladies and gentlemen, until the very life were squeezed out of him.
The 911 dispatcher on duty that day who took the original call said she watched the incident unfold on CCTV cameras placed on the street and said that she thought that the image was frozen because Derek Chauvin took so long to move.
There just something wasn't right. I don't know how to explain it. It was a gut instinct to tell me that now we can be concerned. I took that instinct and I called the sergeant.
Why did you call a sergeant?
The sergeant is the police officer's supervisor. Sergeants are usually always notified for use of force.
The trial's set to last anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. Then it's down to the jury and how long it takes them to decide whether Derek Chauvin's guilty of any of the 3 charges against him. The tension in Minneapolis is palpable, and there is the anticipation that if there is a not guilty verdict, that there will be further violence, rioting and potentially looting.